以色列与巴勒斯坦的边境问题日益紧张。日前，以色列军队数百人带领推土机队伍拆毁了隔离墙附近的大量房屋，其中包括16栋住宅楼、100多套公寓。隔离墙附近的房屋一直处于两国长期法律纠纷之中。这次拆除事件为隔离墙沿岸的其他城市开辟了先例，也许意味着更多巴勒斯坦平民将流离失所，无家可归。
In the pre-dawn darkness, bulldozers and hundreds of Israeli soldiers move into the Palestinian village of Sur Baha to demolish dozens of apartments and houses, some occupied, some still under construction. In all, 17 people forced from their homes, the emotion caught on tape by residents and activists. Israeli forces closed off the immediate area, this the closest we could get. What remains of the homes, though, clearly visible, as were Israeli explosives experts wiring up an apartment building to be blown up.
It's a heartbreaking feeling to see your house being demolished, but we believe in God.
Akram Zawahra spent $280,000 building a home for his family of 8. He had Palestinian permits for the building and it was nearly completed, but just after dawn it was torn down.
My family was calling me during the morning crying, but in the end, what can I do? I can't change facts. Our dreams and hopes are lost.
Israel routinely demolishes houses and other buildings in the West Bank that it says were built without its permission. But Subaher back there is more complicated. The houses in question are in what's known as Area A under the Oslo Accords, and Palestinians say that means they govern this area and Israel had no right to demolish them.
This crime they are doing is in Area A, and all those houses had their permits from the Palestinian Authority.
Israel sees it differently. The country's Supreme Court ruled that the buildings needed permits from the Israeli military commander because of their proximity to the security barrier, which in this area is a fence monitored and patrolled by Israel. Israel's Prime Minister's office said in a statement that the local population is treated humanely. Quote, buildings that will be demolished except one building are not inhabited. Those who built these buildings near the wall were already aware that they were doing illegal work.
They say they are demolishing for security reasons. There are no security reasons around here. They're all lies. It's about uprooting people from their lands.
Palestinians say this case touches on the broader issue of the future of East Jerusalem, which Palestinians have long wanted to be the capital of any future Palestinian state. They worry that what happened here will set a precedent for other towns and buildings along the route of the barrier, even those ostensibly under Palestinian control and just as close or closer to the security barrier. Security an excuse, they say, to displace Palestinians in East Jerusalem, a point of view Israel roundly rejects. Regardless, Akram Zawahra says he will rebuild, even if he risks demolition again.
We will build it again in the same place. We don't care what they think.
Michael Holmes, CNN, Jerusalem.
2020年7月24日将迎来东京奥运会开幕仪式。在365天倒计时时刻，东京奥委会举办了一系列的活动，庆祝这个世界最顶级和大型综合运动会的到来。同时，首次向全世界的民众介绍了这座城市将被使用的体育场馆、设施以及当地其他专门为奥运会到来所做的准备。
Welcome to Tokyo and the iconic Shibuya Crossing, one of the busiest intersections in the world.
You know, it seems like just yesterday you and I were watching the closing ceremony at the Rio Games, and when that official handover took place, we thought to ourselves, we can't wait till Tokyo 2020.
And do you remember that moment where the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe popped up dressed as Super Mario?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, Coy, how about this for a ride?
Yeah, what a better way to explore this city than Tokyo's iconic Mario Kart.
Ooh, for the bump.
Yeah, baby! Nippon Budokan, hiya! The Olympics are just around the corner. Some of the venues are ready to go.
Yep, this is the Nippon Budokan, most famous these days as a music venue where the likes of the Beatles and Bob Dylan have performed.
And it translates to Japan Martial Arts Hall. That's what it was used for back in 1964, the first time Tokyo hosted the Summer Games. This time it'll be home to judo, and for the first time ever in the Olympics, karate.
And look at the Olympic Stadium! Awesome!
It's the Olympic Stadium! Zoom! Out with the old and in with the new. The Olympic Stadium is being built on the same site as the first one, which was built in 1958.
There have been some design changes because of rising costs, which mean construction has been delayed, but it's expected to be still done well ahead of time.
This is where there'll be long jumping, high jumping, triple jumping, shot putting, pole vaulting, and the fastest men and women in the world will look to become the new Usain Bolt.
Yeah, Tokyo 2020 will be the first Olympics since 2004. We won't see the Jamaican and the starting blocks.
Hey! Goody!
This has to be one of the most picturesque locations in Tokyo. The beautiful Imperial Palace Gardens, perfect for a Sunday stroll.
But all this beauty is going to look like a blur to those Olympic speed walkers who will be zooming right past the home of the Emperor of Japan. Amanda, that was fun, but for our last venue, I have a friend I met the last time I was in Japan. This is my new friend and tour guide for the evening, Manabu Kanda. He has a ride like no other.
Wow.
It's Olympic gold.
Perfect for 2020. Do I get to go in the front?
Guest of honor. Ah. Let's go.
So we've made it here to the Odaiba waterfront, the last stop on our tour, and set to play host to the marathon swimming and triathlon next year. We've certainly ridden in style on our tour of the venues, but come next year at Tokyo 2020, we're set to see driverless cars.
Incredible, the future is here. In addition to karate, these games will feature new sports like climbing, surfing, and skateboarding. We'll also see the return of baseball and softball too.
I can't wait. We will see you back here very soon. I'm Amanda Davis.
And I'm Coy Wire for CNN in Tokyo, Japan. Sayonara.
美国汽车买卖市场的价格正处于不断的浮动之中。日前，专家针对这一问题给民众提供了一些建议，提示在买车之前需要做好哪些方面的准备，用最少的价钱买到自己最心仪的车辆。
If you're in the market for a new car, brace yourself. Buyers paid $36,900 on average for a new car last month. That's a 17% jump, or almost $5,500 more than the average just 6 years ago. This is according to research from Edmunds. To pay off those pricey new vehicles, consumers are stretching out the life of the auto loan. The average loan is now 70 months, or just short of 6 years. That means you're paying more in interest to buy that car, driving up the total cost of the vehicle. To make sure you're buying the right car for you and one you can afford, think ahead. Experts say make sure this is the vehicle you'll need a few years from now, or even 5 years from now. This hopefully will help you avoid buying too much car for the lifestyle you'll be living down the road. Another way to keep the price in check, think twice about options and features before buying. Do you really need all the fancy options that you're considering, knowing they will push up the price of the vehicle? And if you eventually determine that a new vehicle is just too expensive, consider a pre-owned car. You may be able to get one with a warranty to help cover any potential major repairs.
再来看娱乐方面的消息，环球影城昨天举办了最新游乐项目《侏罗纪世界》的开幕仪式。电影《侏罗纪世界》的主创团队悉数到场，为这一全新的游乐项目的面世助阵，并且在采访中透露了接下来会上映的电影续集中有哪些内容。
There we go.
Universal Studios Hollywood rolled out the red carpet for the premiere of Jurassic World: The Ride. Human members of the Jurassic World cast and crew talked about the franchise's upcoming third movie.
It's the movie I've been waiting to make the whole time. It's the movie that I'm so excited about. And it is different than anything that you've seen before. This is what we've been building to.
It's so fun. Like, getting to be a part of these movies is not just a privilege, like, it is a joy.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt signed autographs and posed for selfies with fans at the premiere of Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. DiCaprio plays an actor in the movie and talked about being able to relate to his character.
Honestly, I felt like I knew who this guy was. I've grown up in LA. I know these stories. I know I hit the lottery very early on, but the struggles and the insecurity of this actor, trying to remain relevant, and the torture of that was something. I just knew who this guy, Rick Dalton, was.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom all by yourself. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Harriet Tubman.
Here is a first look at Harriet. The historical biopic stars Cynthia Erivo as Harriet Tubman. The movie will premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival in September, with a wide release slated for November 1st. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
以上就是今天的汉天新闻，我是赵子彤，感谢您的收看，我们下次再见。